Imagine a world where your everyday problems are just solved in an instant, where technology doesn't just support you, but also helps you shape the future. Welcome to Take on Tech, where we show you how these innovative ideas have been turned to reality. In today's show, we have a startup company that uses IoT technology in storage that is helping commuters and online retailers run their businesses efficiently and effectively. Welcome to Take on Tech. Once again, the hashtag to use is Take on Tech at KBC Channel 1. My name is Stephanie Ayeta. In our tech stories, we look at how digital literacy training programs for teenage mothers are opening up a world of opportunities for them. The role of Kenya Film Classification Board in regulating and guiding digital creation in Kenya. And lastly, the outcomes of the 17th Kenya Internet Governance Forum that was held in August this year. In the heart of Siaya County, Kenya, teenage mothers are being given a second chance to thrive thanks to innovative digital literacy program spearheaded by Siaya Muungano Network and Stawisha. This initiative is helping young mothers regain confidence and gain essential digital skills that will transform their futures. The training is part of a larger initiative aimed at providing teenage mothers with the digital skills they need to reintegrate into society, access job opportunities, and pursue further education. The digital literacy training program covers a range of essential skills, from using word processing software to accessing digital government services to leveraging social media for business. It's a comprehensive program designed to meet the unique needs of these young mothers.
So today we have been joined by different leaders who have also committed to continuously support these girls as we work towards ensuring that all of them have a dignified life in line with ending gender-based violence in Siaya County.
I really appreciate this organization, and I really hope that they will stand together to help more youths within the community.
As the digital landscape evolves rapidly, the Kenya Film Classification Board plays a critical role in regulating and guiding digital content creation in Kenya. The KFCB ensures that content created and consumed by Kenyans adheres to the country's laws and moral values. Digital content creation in Kenya is booming, with influencers, filmmakers, and creators using platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and podcasts to reach a global audience. The KFCB provides the framework within which this content is regulated, focusing on protecting minors and promoting responsible digital citizenship. KFCB uses a well-structured classification system to rate content based on its suitability for different audiences. From movies to online videos, the board ensures that each piece of content is labeled appropriately, protecting children from unsuitable material.
We recognize that technology brings about an influx in content that is meant to be regulated by the board. And if we continue doing it the same way, I think we'll be inconveniencing the industry because they must distribute that content. So for anyone who wants to create content that is meant for the public, it's very easy. You first of all need to evaluate or assess the nature of production that you want to undertake. The first bone of contention is, do you have a filming license? There's only one filming license in Kenya that you should first of all receive, and is issued by the Kenya Film Classification Board. But again, there are other aspects. You need consent to film anywhere. You don't just walk around filming people without consent. I'm very sure that people will do that.
So this particular program, actually, we are targeting all the creatives in different genres that directly deal with the Kenya Film Classification Board. And this is in line with the government's aim of ensuring that we harness the potential of all the creatives within the country to contribute positively towards the economy. One thing that is important to know, that the richest people in the world are actually in the creative industry, and the creative industry, or rather the creative economy. So that means just beyond maybe the audiovisual, you look at sports, you look at all these, an implication that the creative economy has a potential, and according to surveys and studies, it contributes a lot to the GDP.
In August 2024, Kenya's digital landscape took center stage as a diverse group of stakeholders gathered for the 17th Kenya Internet Governance Forum. Convened by the Kenya ICT Action Network, KICTANET, and graced by the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy, this landmark event brought together representatives from government, civil society, the private sector, and academia. Under the theme, Building Kenya's Multi-Stakeholder Digital Future, the forum aimed to address the critical challenges and opportunities shaping Kenya's digital space. A key focus of the forum was the urgent need to improve internet accessibility across Kenya.
Kenya's ICT sector contributes significantly to the economy of this country, driven by advances in internet connectivity, digital payments, e-commerce, digital services, and so much of digital skills. We talk of innovation.
Participants discussed the importance of developing infrastructure to bridge the digital divide, particularly in rural and underserved areas. The forum emphasized the need for public-private partnerships to build a sustainable digital future.
ICT has continued to play a very key role in our economic transformation agenda. We aim to facilitate internet access and e-government services as a right for our citizens, regardless of their demographics, income levels, or geographical locations in our country. Not as a privilege for some, but for all. Collaborating with internet service providers, we target to ensure we enhance the fixed broadband connectivity from our current 1.2 or 1.3 million users to over 8.5 million users. This is in addition to the mobile broadband, which we're already making very good progress. We also envision to continue establishing digital hubs across our country, advancing what we have done in our TVET institutions, and realizing the dream to ensure we have a digital hub in each of our 1,450 digital hubs in our country.
As Kenya embraces digital transformation, cybersecurity and data protection was central to the discussions. With cyber threats on the rise, the forum called for the implementation of robust measures to safeguard personal data and critical infrastructure. Participants also called for more training programs to develop cybersecurity professionals. The forum reinforced Kenya's commitment to protecting human rights and freedom in the digital age. It was emphasized that the internet must remain a tool for empowerment, promoting freedom of expression and access to information. Participants also highlighted the need for transparency in governance, with digital platforms playing a vital role in ensuring accountability.
The internet governance is essential for mitigating risks associated with misinformation and disinformation. Earlier on, we had a very vibrant conversation on this topic about the people. Is it about the nature of the people? Somebody said fake people. Is it about the tools that are available to us? Is it about the structures and the policies we have in place? But it's an important conversation that I encourage many of you, even in this forum, to discuss.
As Kenya moves forward, the lessons and partnerships from the 17th IGF will ensure that we are ready for the opportunities and challenges of the digital age. In the capital city of Kenya, Nairobi, where over 2.5 million commuters move daily, safety and convenience are paramount. Enter Beba Beggie, an innovative smart storage solution using Internet of Things technology to solve urban mobility and theft issues. Beba Beggie sets itself apart from traditional storage solutions by using cutting-edge IoT technology. Each locker is managed through dedicated software, offering maximum security and convenience. The system allows users to store their belongings hassle-free with just a few taps on their phones. Theft is a significant problem affecting millions of Nairobi commuters. Beba Beggie smart lockers offer a secure, theft-free solution, allowing commuters to store their belongings and move baggage-free through the city.
So much as Beba Beggie looks the way it looks today, we've had quite the journey. I remember building this from a tabletop project in 2013. And because I was in campus, I did not have enough resources to build what we are looking at right now. So it took me 5 years to build the first prototype, which we don't have the station at the station right now. It was a plastic. But then the first functional prototype, or what is called a POC, proof of concept, that actually we were able to showcase to the world, is actually right here. So this locker was first built in 2019. It had a very small user interface, just a small screen to kind of demonstrate where all these functionalities will be. It wasn't so much complicated. Most of the stuff were not incorporated. You can see there is not so nicely done stuff, but the good thing is we kept on moving. So this is 2019. In 2020 we designed and built a better version of the same. Now at this point, this is where the ATM interface started looking more modern. We introduced some other functions. We also got accredited by KBC. We also got partnerships from another company that helps us produce the locker bodies. And then I think in 2021, we realized that we could now make different size of lockers and cascade them and produce 100 more lockers.
Okay, because these ones were all small size.
Yeah, these were all small. So at that point, I think also at the market reception, people kind of told us, I'm traveling with a traveling bag. How do I put that in a small bag? And there was a lot of demand for big lockers. So we went on to produce bigger lockers. But that was still not enough, as you will see in the versions that preceded. And then in 2021, we went to market officially. We said, okay, enough with a lot of iterations. So we launched it out there, and this was the most modern locker at the time. These had other functionalities like, let's say, charging ports inside, lighting inside the lockers, and all that stuff. So this is where we started getting traction. This is where we started making so much noise. And and recently now in 2024, we have the most advanced lockers. So these lockers actually address all the problems that all our users have been addressing. So you can see these are neatly done. The lockers are a bit bigger. There's lighting. There's charging ports inside the lockers. So you don't just only get to store, you also get to charge. We kind of also increase the locker sizes. You can see this one runs quite a big size. We even have the extra large that can now take in your traveling bag.
Yes, a bigger luggage.
Yeah. So I think so. This is where we are today. We cannot say that this is the final design. Of course, we'll keep on iterating and making it better. I think one of the other things that I also need to mention is because of how we've been able to make this product better up to where it is, we've gotten a wide range of use cases. So right now, these lockers are rented out to events where people can store in their items while at the same time charging their phones using the free-to-use mobile phone chargers. And then also if you're selling online, this space is rentable from as little as 1,500 shillings, where you get to showcase or whatever, stock in your items, and then we give you a monitoring platform. So the good thing with this version of the lockers is that we enabled the capability of monitoring all lockers. What that means is, if I will just show on my phone, so this is a platform that allows me to monitor all lockers in real time, including who has booked and at what time. So the only thing I need to do is maybe like a site like that one. So I can just go to one of our lockers here. and then I can see all the lockers, I can see the name, and even go to the individual lockers like this one. So you can see there's a locked locker, this is already occupied, and then others are still not occupied. So I can actually go down to the individual locker where somebody stored, and you can see it's actually counting in real time. So be there any issue, I can be able to intervene. I can end session. Maybe the locker has some prohibited items. Of course, we do have things we don't allow inside the lockers. I can also remote unlock in the event the customer is experiencing difficulties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So you have mentioned that there are some things that you don't allow in the locker, and you can see them: the drugs, live animals, perishable goods, explosives. So how do you ensure that these things do not make it to the locker, having that you're not there?
So one of the things that we usually do on ground is we have to make sure that where our agents are located, these are our we don't have necessarily a Beba Beggie shop. What we do is we partner with existing businesses. We want them to be part of our journey as well. So we give them a free locker. We don't charge them for that. They give us a space and electricity, and then we revenue share that. But before we get there are preliminary steps that we have to make sure are put in place. One, the security of the locations. So we have to make sure that these lockers are deployed only in areas where there's security at the entrance, there's proper frisking before you can actually access the building. For instance, Reinsurance Plaza, that's actually one of our main stations. There's a proper frisking at the entrance, there's scanning. So by the time you're entering inside the building, you've already gone through that. And then as a precautionary measure, we also tell our agents on site, just make sure that some of these things do not get in there. So this technology, IoT technology, encompasses three parts. There's the hardware, there's the firmware, and then there's the software.
So this is the hardware, right?
This is the hardware. The hardware is fed with something called a firmware. So a firmware is basically the bridge between a hardware and a software. What usually happens there is the hardware is basically like a slave. It collects information, relays it to the software, and then the software does all the processing, the database management systems, and all that stuff. So we usually call this technology, or rather it's commonly known out there, the ATM storage machines. That's the common name we use. So, and just like you've said, we do not have padlocks, and that's one of the key parts that we do, the value that we do give our customers. If I may demonstrate, if I am a commuter and I'm working with this, and I probably have a lot of errands that I'm running, and I just don't want to keep working with this, I will identify a location. So you could probably scan, or you could have it from prior knowledge or from our social media, or there's a lot of marketing campaigns that we do. So, and also, so the menu is also comes in three. There's the store and retrieve. Store is when you're putting your item. Retrieve is when you're taking it out. And parcel delivery is if you're collecting a parcel from somebody who has rented that locker. So you could be selling shoes and you sell them to me. We don't need to meet physically. I will just come in here, press my parcel delivery, and pick whatever shoe I had bought from you. But now, let's say I'm storing this. So I'll just come to the locker, and then I'll press store, and then it will give me all the sizes. So these two are small, there's a medium here, there's a large here, and there's an extra large. So if I look at my bag, of course we also give you the sizes so that you are also able to know which sizes your fits. Yeah. So let's say I want to use the medium. This is not so big, so I'll just go to option 2, and then I will be asked for my phone number. Now this phone number has to be a valid M-Pesa number. Yeah, because that's what we use for billing here. So I'll just put in the office number, and then I'll be asked to confirm that. I may have missed on one. If you miss or write numbers that do not match, it will not give you a locker. But if they're actually matching like that, it will move me to the next step. So I need to create my own PIN. So I'm creating my PIN. Let's say I use
as the client.
You as the customer who is storing. We don't create for you your PIN. In the event you forget, then it will be our problem. But now if you forget your own PIN, it's like forgetting your So I'll just use 2580, and then again I'll confirm that PIN as well. If they don't match, it will not move me next. But if they match, then the magic happens.
Oh, it's open.
So it opens, and inside the locker, you can now have all that stuff you want. You place in your item, and if you even wanted to charge your phone, There's a cable there that we give you for free of use once you've booked the locker. Now the good thing with the lockers is once you've locked like that, nobody else can open.
It can't be opened until you come back and now I've come back, so how do I go about?
So where we are right now is the checkout part. This is where you have to pay us to use the lockers. So we charge as little as 15 shillings, but for the first 1 hour, it's a minimum of 60 shillings. Okay. So what we mean by that is, for the first 1 hour is 60 shillings, but that doesn't mean it's hourly. Because if you store for between 9 to 12 hours, we charge you 180. 180, if you actually convert it down to hourly rate, it comes down to 15 shillings. So at this point, we'll push you an M-Pesa prompt that will just prompt you to enter your phone number. And once that happens, it acknowledges that the payment is made, the locker will open automatically.
Beba Begie's innovation has not gone unnoticed. The company's founder has earned prestigious accolades, including the 40 Under 40 African Award, recognizing Beba Begie's impact on improving security, convenience, and urban life in Kenya.
I think for me, what has always pushed me to keep on driving the Beba Begie story and making the world know it is the fact that I'm very passionate about African-built technologies. I think we have so many resources, and the fact that we are not exactly taken to be people who can make their own solution is one thing that I really want to prove to the world that is not true. And for me, the drive and the passion I have for technology and how I want to use technology to make changes in other people's lives is what kept on driving me. It's not been an easy journey, I won't lie to you. We've faced a lot of hurdles, and every time people usually see me on TV like now, or people see me traveling, people see me, talking somewhere, people always think that there's this magic way of making it. It has taken me over 11 years to get to a big where it is, and we've never even raised a single shilling. So I think there's also that drive, and then also I will also mention that there's also you as a person. Is this what you really want to do every day? I know a lot of founders who bring up companies, but along the way they face hurdles. It could be money, it could be human resource, it could be you're not getting the right the right market fit, and then for some reason you just feel like it's not something you want to pursue anymore. Or people get lavish jobs and they forget that they had dreams. Now for me, I think that conversation is really tilted and in a very specifically different way. For me, I really want to create value, and even if Beba Beggie wasn't what I was doing today, I will still be passionate about building Africa tech-based solutions.
Beba Beggie, a good example of an innovative business that we need to adapt to, not just in Kenya, but in Africa, in order to boost our economy. Talk to us about what you think about this particular startup. The hashtag to use is TechOnTech at KBC Channel 1. We appreciate your company. We'll meet next week, same time, same place. Until then, let's keep it tech. My name is Stephanie Ayata.